Test, test, test. Ooh, I think I'm hot now. I think it's working now. Let's get it into a nice, comfy, ergonomic position. Hello. Hello if you're out there. I'm definitely not used to having a microphone blocking my vision of the keys. Boom. I am just kind of warming up here, just kind of fiddling around. Oh, doing a little stretch. I hope you guys are all well. It is so good to hear and see from you all one more time. Let me get my little... Actually, you know what? I'm going to do a little phone stream test mid-stream. You guys can see what's going on behind the scenes, just so that I can make sure everything's working. If you can see my screen here from the top-down angle, you will be able to tell that I was watching some Jaden animations before this. Y'all mind if I complain for 15 minutes? 11 days ago, I watched that during my lunch just a moment ago. All right, let me do a quick little meta test. Searching myself on YouTube. It looks like he's live. And whoa! Things are getting crazy. Things are getting crazy. It looks like we're okay though. Actually, let me just double check that the audio looks good too. Oh, I'm in the wrong thing to test if my audio looks good. But for now, I'll just come to here. While I wait for the stream to catch up and I can check the audio and we can get this little show on the road. I'm just gonna maybe kind of wander around for a little bit more. If you're rolling in here, hey, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I'm gonna keep this little beat going. It's a I can show you what it is. It is a little loop I pulled in from Splice plus some sleigh bells from Logic, the Logic vintage sleigh bells, one of my favorites. I'm just gonna kind of wander around a little bit while people kind of roll in, and make sure that the stream is looking good. If you're here, let me know that things look okay. I'm getting bored of D flat major. Let's go to D. What's up, Sea Ponies? Good to see ya. Sorry for slapping my headphones on the mic. I hope you're doing okay. Hope this reaches you well. Awesome. What's up, EPZ379? Hope everything is sounding good. Appreciate the feedback. I guess I can get right into if everything's looking okay. I could roll right into sort of what I'm planning on doing today. Whoop. which is, I'm going to pause this beat for just a moment because I'm sure it's starting to nestle its way into your skull a little bit. Today, I'm going to sort of extend what I was working on last time I streamed and sort of burnt out because I had a keyboard go down on me, which is to create some BGM, some background music for this very stream. Because as you can hear right now, there's nothing going on except, I mean, when I'm goofing around and playing something. But I would love to, I'm kind of hoping to put together some sort of holiday stream variety series through the end of the year. And it would be a fun little place to start would be to have some ongaku, as they say in Japan, to sort of support me while I'm chatting or hanging out or whatever it might be. So I think I'll probably just go ahead and jump right in. Maybe I'll do a little more warm up. Yeah, you're back. What's up, Mighty Vortex? Good to see you. Good to see you. Maybe I'll just do a little bit more warm up, just kind of messing around, wandering my way through the keyboard a little bit before we jump in. Let's see if I maybe. That's feeling good. That's feeling nice. Hopefully this is loud enough. As always, I would recommend you wear headphones because I like to play with quite dulcet tones that might be difficult to fully enjoy the warmth of if you're watching this on a phone. But that said, if you're watching this on a phone, I love that you're here no matter what. Fun, super fun. I guess that being said, let's just go ahead and jump right back into what it was that we were working on last time, which, let's see, what did I stream BGM? Here we go. Let's jump right in. We didn't get very far at all, I should say, last time we streamed. I think I like got the first little nugget of an idea down, and then we kind of had some technical issues. Yes, keyboard is fixed. It is working. It is hopefully fully charged, or at least charged enough to get us through this stream. But anyways, let's see what we were rocking with last time. Okay, and then we'll keep playing around with it and see where it takes us. It looks like oh, so yeah, I was playing, these are like some drums that were yeah, some little drums that I think I used as the intro beat last time. To be honest, I kind of just want a clean slate. I want to kind of clean up the cruft and keep things a little bit simpler. So I'm gonna get those out of here. I think the one thing I had here that was actually an idea was this down here at the bottom. Untitled. If I recall correctly, this was Arturia Piano V3. I think I made a little bit of like a pluck sort of a sound. Animal Crossing vibes. Oh yeah. With their sort of modeled piano stuff. And I wrote this, let's see, little arpeggio thing. Couple moving lines and a pedal point down here. Looks like I was looking at E flat major, which is fun. Also kind of a lot of stuff going on up here. Let's see. This let's see, this is a piano. This is, I think, is like an SNES slap bass sound. Oh, that's so sick though. Oh, what the? That's fun. That's fun and cute, but I want to, like, if that's where this BGM is going, you know what? I was gonna say if that's where this BGM is going, then I'll discover it and find it later. I don't want it to just be sitting here, kind of enforcing my ideas. And you know what? I'm gonna stay true to that because I can always load that back up again. I'm gonna throw him out. I'm gonna throw the piano out. I'm gonna keep the sleigh bells because that's the one thing we can almost guarantee will be in this song. Matt, what is cracking? What is cracking? Speaking of cracking, I watched Ruby Gilman Teenage Kraken last night. Was killer. It was good. It's pretty good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was cute and sweet and pretty. Got a big kind of spacey sounding Wurlitzer sound up here. I'm going to drop that as well because I just want to make, you know what? I'm going to get rid of this whole drum kit too. Look at that. Now we're just down to whatever this thing is I created last time, which we're about to listen to. Sounds a lot like a type of stage on the original Sega Genesis Sonic, like a Plant Zone type. Yeah. I feel you. Giving TMNT on the NES vibes with that bass. I know that sound is so rad. I think you could see I like typed out a note in the title of the thing because I had the idea to. One thing I love doing a lot is taking these sounds that are ripped out of. One sec, I'm gonna turn off the heater because it's getting cozy. Take these sounds that are ripped off of, or I should say gently, kindly pulled off of old, sampled from old hardware like the SNES and the Sega Genesis. And oh, it's break time, 20 seconds. I invite everyone to take a deep breath. That was a little disruptive too. And hey, I'm watching. You better really be taking this break. Maybe do a little stretch, a little shoulder. Oh, almost there. 3 seconds to go. Hit both shoulders. And we're back. Okay. I like to take these sounds that are sampled from these old pieces of hardware and bring them into a modern sampler. Like, for example, Logic's. Oh, my screen's not even up. I'm a freaking noob. There's the screen. Sorry about that. Anyways, I like to bring them into something like this, which is, it's a very straightforward sampler, but it is powerful in that, you can do, there's a mod matrix, there's modulators and zone and mapping functions, and you can do, it's a pretty powerful little tool for creating instruments. And for those of you who don't know, a sampler basically is, instead of, whereas a synthesizer, when you press a note on a synthesizer, at least traditionally, appreciate you pointing that out. Sorry for the delay with the screen shift. I will try and be a little bit more diligent about that going forward. But sorry, I lost my train of thought. A synthesizer is a instrument, an electronic instrument that actually it takes a waveform, it generates that waveform itself as just like an electric pulse, and then you can modulate it in different ways. A sampler takes a piece of sound so this is kind of getting into the digital era of synthesizers. It takes actually like a sound file, like a recording of a voice or a recording of a piano or something, and then allows you to play it back. Basically, that sample is sampled into the instrument, and then let's see, this is the default preset. So if I take some kind of audio sound, or you know what? I could record one myself just to show you. Let me get a pitch first. La. There's C. La. Here. La. Okay. So here's a sample, an audio sample, right? I just record this right now with my mic. I'm just going to clean it up a little bit so it's nice and pretty. By pretty, I just mean that there's no like digital clicks when it comes in or anything. Let's hear it. Beautiful. Then I can convert to sampler track. And what this is going to do is just take this audio file and throw it right into that sampler instrument that I just showed you. I'm going to call it La. And then if I come here, check it out. Mapping now from C5, which I believe is, nope, this one. Whoa! From that, oh wait, my center note should be, let's change it to C4. So now, if I press C4, whoops, this is C4. Nope, that's not C4. Okay. Let's change this to C4. There we go. Okay, now if I press C4, it basically just exactly plays back that audio file, right? You can see that if I go into this zone. There it is. There's the audio file. I can do it in reverse. Interesting. Weird. But anyways, what's cool about that is now I can take that and this sampler instrument will automatically pitch it to all the rest of the instruments. So it'll appropriately sort of so now I can do stuff like this. Whoa, that's one octave down. There's the original. Let me just make this a little bit more comfortable to play. I'm gonna move the root key down to C3. We can extend the range. Now we got this chords. Cool. Anyways, that's a sampler. So when you take these, I did this with my voice, but of course you can do this with any kind of sound. And here I have some collections of little audio files that have been recorded off of devices like from different games, you know, like Donkey Kong Country, Mother 3, Rockman, and Forte. Some of these I'm not even really familiar with. If you are, let me know. If you have any recommendations for ones I should check out for games that have sounds you love, I would love to check it out. I tend to have a love for stuff made on the N64 and whatnot. Like here's Kirby 64. This is the piano from Kirby 64. Ooh, that's bright. That's a pretty bright little piano. Ooh, hopefully that's not too loud. That's pretty loud. Turn it down just a little bit. That's a bright sound. This one's a little gentler. So now that this sound from this audio file, you can see here, now that it's in this sampler, there's all kinds of stuff I can actually do with it to make it more expressive. Like, for example, let's say I want to be the case that at this point, you could have tried playing something from Honor Sunshine. It would have sounded right from the soundtrack. Yeah, totally. That law is cute. But for example, a way to make this more expressive would be to say, I want it to be that when I play this instrument, softer, I hear less high frequencies. So it gets more gentle like that. What's up? Oh, good to see you, Average Isabel Enjoyer. So glad you are here. Right now, I'm just kind of playing around with samplers and kind of explaining a little concept. I guess I'm just kind of explaining it to myself. But so let's see. So there's a way. So now that I have that old school sound in this sort of modern sampler, I have the power to control stuff like that. So I can say I want the velocity to control the filter 1 cutoff, and this is the filter here. So the filter is going to do the same thing that I did with this, which is an EQ. So this represents all the frequencies that a human can hear, from 20 hertz to 20,000 kilohertz. That's just physics, baby. That's about what most people can hear. So what this filter inside the synthesizer, inside the sampler synthesizer, is going to do is choose a point in which frequencies get cut off. You'll hear the similar effect here. Very cool. So if I turn this down a little bit, then I can go here and control the amount that is sent, or the amount that the source, which is the velocity, and velocity is literally how hard I press down each note, Right now, I think the velocity is just set to control the volume. So if I play it soft, it's quiet. As I play it louder, it gets a little louder. Sorry, the filter was on, so you couldn't hear it very well. Right? Pretty intuitive, pretty straightforward. But to make it more expressive, I also want the quality of the sound to change, not just the volume of it. I can call you Paper. Okay, cool. Paper, I hope I'm saying that right. I'm glad to have you around. Super good to have you around, actually. Anyways, so turn this filter back on. Now you can see this little bar here is controlling, based on how hard I hit, it is increasing the amount of high-end frequencies that are being allowed through. I can kind of adjust this as well. So now, right, that's just one thing. There's lots of other cool stuff you can do, but that's one sort of example of how you can run these, this sound that was made now over 20 years ago. I can run it through this thing and make all kinds of cool expressive stuff. Okay. Since I made this, maybe we should just kind of play around with it and see if I can't find something I like. And actually, I guess it's finally time to turn my attention to the whatever it is we made last week, which I think also was a piano. So maybe I'll need to pick a different instrument to wander around with, if we even still like what we did. Let's hear what we got, chat. It's awfully simple. Oh, it's sweet. Very sweet, very gentle. Now the question is, where does it go from here? I think I have a tendency to struggle a little bit I think a little bit too vertically when it comes to composition. And I think that's something that's really important, or something that I like in the music that I love to listen to is, it's all about where it's going, what this is leading to, what it's building into. And it's cool to build it sort of vertically and make things more complex and add more instruments to less time. But I think something, the arc and the direction of the song is very important to I don't know. It's something that I love. Wasn't there bells? There were bells. You were right. Those are right here. I'm just playing them in my hand. I deleted the loop or the actual information from the thing because it was just that what I was just playing, and I remember I did it kind of quickly, so I wanted to see if I couldn't find something a little bit more interesting. Let me take a quick sip of water while you guys listen to this. That is good stuff. Hope you guys are also hydrating out there. For those of you who don't know, we have Timeout running, which is an app that will force us to take a break every 20 minutes or so, just a 20-second break. And I highly, highly encourage you guys to take it with me because we could all use the opportunity to slow down a little bit, right? So I'm kind of just gonna hang out with this for a sec and see what it says, if it pulls me in any directions. It's tough because this inspired me 6 days ago, and I haven't listened to it since then. So I'm in a different place for it, you know. You know what I kind of want to do is let's make a really simple synth sound. I want it to be warm, very warm. This is the kind of thing you're definitely going to want to have headphones on for because it's going to be mostly sine waves. But something really simple, something a little bit playable, so that I can kind of just, gosh, I got too much stuff down here. So I can kind of just explore some melodic and harmonic stuff. I would just use a piano, but the sound's already a piano sound, so let's see what we can to make. Happy Thanksgiving! Oh my gosh, thank you for reminding me. Sorry, I'm remembering what you wanted me to call you. I'm taking my time because it's important. I apologize. I'm looking through the chat. So I don't want to get this wrong. How can I be this bad at a Spitfire audio cameo? Yeah, absolutely. Right. Paper. You said paper. I'm so sorry. Yeah, Spitfire audio. I've gathered a couple of their things over the years. I definitely went through some phases where I kind of had a tendency to gather a little bit too much in terms of music tech, and nowadays there's so much music tech that I really feel like I kind of just need to focus on using the things I got, you know. Paper. Currently watching this from my 3DS. That's awesome. That's cool. Okay, so here I got a sine wave. This is Serum. It's another synthesizer. This is a synthesizer. Not actually, it has a sampler function because it's a powerful kind of do-it-all synthesizer. But I'm using it for the wavetables, which is to say, kind of the classic synthesizer motor, you might say. There's lots of nice little wavetables in here. This would be, if you're curious, this is an example of like a pure sine wave. Woo! Very loud. Let me, just to get things kicked off, let's throw a, I want the velocity to control the amplitude, which is the volume. So then there should be at least a little bit of dynamics. Okay, possible. Yeah. So this is just a straight up mathematical sine wave. You probably can't even hear this if you don't have headphones or some kind of speaker system going. You probably can hear this though. But I like these little, Serum 2 has all these cool sine waves that are just, you'll be able to kind of see. It's not exactly a perfect sine wave, so it has some slight character to it that you don't get otherwise. And I don't know that I want another like pluck sound though, because the sound's already kind of plucky. Something like, yeah. Again, I just kind of want something I can use to explore what's going on here a little bit. We're in E major. First thing I'm going to do, well, your ears are ringing. Yeah, let me know if there's any issues with volume or anything like that. I know that one's working in a DAW and live streaming, sometimes there can be some discrepancies. So hopefully my voice kind of sits at a decent spot. Hopefully the stuff I'm doing isn't too crazy, but just let me know if there's any real issues. I'll make some adjustments. Okay, so let's use my ears a little bit here. All right, let's look at that, I guess. So we have this major chord. We have this dominant with the 11th on top, right? So, and then this kind of 6th sound. And then this, what would you call that? I guess it kind of sounds like a minor 4, but with the 6th over the 1. Sorry for all the music theory lingo. I'm kind of just trying to learn it myself a little bit. Maybe something like that. Maybe something like that. That's interesting. We'll just get in there to add a little bit more texture. We'll figure out the sound afterwards. See what happens. Cool. Let's play around. Let's play around with that a little bit. Oh, break time. Right as I was getting excited. 20 seconds. Hold me accountable. I'll hold you accountable. I'm going to do some shoulder rolls. Nice. Reach up to the stars. Oh, roll my neck back a little bit. To the sides. And we're back in it. Okay, let's see. I'm going to quantize this because I'm not feeling like a human today. Is there a swing on this? There is, huh? Is that what the swing is? 65? Yeah, I guess so. Okay. I'm going to go back to the envelope of the sound, which the envelope is what controls, in this case, controls the volume. So it's like how fast does it come on? In this case, this would be a really slow attack of an envelope, right? This is a fast one. So fast that it makes a weird digital clicking sound. Whoa. If I lowered the decay, it would make it sound like kind of like a pluck sound. So One thing, though, is that, well, because this kind of inhabits some of the same frequency range as this piano thing, maybe what we do is, just to add a little intrigue, this guy will hang out a little bit to the left, and the piano will hang out a little bit, or the piano will hang out a little bit to the left, and this little kind of warm synth will hang out a little bit to the right. I'm just gonna call it Serum, the name of the synth for now. Just to add a little, kind of adds a little bit of bounce, a little bit of motion to what's going on here. Said Minecraft note type beat, Minecraft note block. Yeah, it's kind of fun. You know what I could do to make things even a little crazier is I could add a. I'm gonna try adding like replica to this, which is a delay sound. So it's gonna, the row is gonna repeat kind of like an echo. The sound many times, depending on how much I would like it to. Just to fill up more of that space, make it more interesting. I think it has to be quarter notes so that it keeps the rhythm. Maybe not. Yeah, something. Tiniest little bit of extra. Okay. We have that little loop going, something. Didn't really get to do the exploration I had hoped to, so maybe what I'll do is actually just pull a piano into this and it's a little melody. It's a little melody. Let's get that down. That's interesting. Just something. Oh, that's not it. Missed the note. Missed that note too. Run it back. Okay. Try one more time. Okay. It's hard to ignore that this piano is so much prettier than the other piano sound we've got going on there. Glad they are enjoying the stream. That is good to hear. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got with this recording. It's not bad. I'm gonna do some sort of surgery on my performance there, just to get the expression I had imagined in my head. It wasn't a bad performance though. Okay-ish. Ba-bum. I kind of had hoped that there would be like a little counter rhythm right there. But I was thinking it was this. Let's see. Maybe not. Sweet. Lost the swing feel a little bit there. Whoops. Oopsies. Da, 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 pretty close. Those both a little softer. Maybe make all this a little softer, actually. That doesn't need to be quite so strong. Okay. This feels like it needs a little tightening up. Should this note be shorter? Should it be staccato? I like it not staccato. Let's pull this forward just a little bit. Let's hang that out. So it's like boo that. And let's make this just a little more staccato. Make this a little less legato. Even less legato. Maybe it was fine as is. Maybe not legato at all. Yeah, that's good. Back to where it was. Fun fact is, I got busy with life. Had lessons about 4 feet. That's awesome. You can, you still play piano. I would argue. If you played once, you're a player forever. How sweet. You can absolutely always come back to it. Why not? So let's see what we. So now where are we standing with this original piano sound? Maybe we need to make this. Oh, it's starting to bounce a little bit. Maybe we abandon this piano sound and we make like a little synth, because I'd like it to get kind of a little funkier and DSC-er, and see if we can make like a ugly little duckling of a synth. X for records, C rem 2. Once again, maybe just like a little square sound, a little square. I've basically forgotten how. Yeah, well, that's okay. If you're interested in it, it's always there for you. I'm sure you have. I've kind of thought this with. I studied Japanese language for a couple years and then moved back to America for a couple years, and something that I always kind of felt a little bit of anxiety about was like, oh man, all that time I invested in that is, I'm losing it, not living there, not speaking it all the time. And to a certain extent, it's true that your skills will atrophy if you're not using them. But I also kind of believe that, two points, I guess. One, I think that time you invested in that stuff still is, an important part of your makeup now, because it led you down a certain path and exposed you to certain experiences that has, affected and built who you are, built the lovely person you are. And two, I think I always kind of wonder that if you've spent the time doing it in the past, I think relearning something comes a little bit quicker than learning it from scratch, you know. So if you ever want to, it's always there. You should come back to it. It's something, honestly. I played piano as a kid, but um, I haven't really kind of gotten into it as a serious practice until pretty recently, to my begrudgel, which is a word I just made up. I wish I had the passion for it when I was younger. I loved it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed making stuff, but I was distracted. And now I'm very interested and excited about sort of developing that skill. Okay, let's make a little bloopy bloop synth. I want it to be like a little pluck, because this original piano sound was a pluck, right? Like doom, doop, 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 doop. But I want it to be a little interesting. That's chunky. That's very, very chunky. Let me turn the volume down a little bit. My apologies. It's much more chunkier than I expected, but than I kind of was looking for, but let's just see what happens if I take an envelope, put it on the cutoff. It's too fat. What kind of piano stuff did you like playing? I'd love to hear. Or if you do you have much interest in going back? What kind of stuff would you like to play? There's nothing wrong with just listening to. I think just listening to music and making it are very similar activities. Very, very both very special things. Okay, let's go back to the wavetable and pick something else, because the sound is just a little bit too. Whew. Something kind of cute about this. Not really for what I was looking for, but I can imagine like a sweet little pad or something, you know? Let's add some sustain, which means that the note will continue. Oh, wrong. Here we go. Add some sustain. What's going on here? What am I doing wrong? What am I not seeing? Why is this not? Is this the right serum? Oh, whoops. I was looking at the wrong serum. What serum was I looking at? Oh, that one. Okay. Whoopsies. Forgot I doubled it. Here we go. Here we are. There we go. Bye-bye, Paper. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. Well, I'm sure I'll hear from you soon. I'll be doing some more streams coming up, so I'll try and keep you posted. Appreciate you stopping by. Have a excellent Thanksgiving and rest of your week. This, I imagine this as this would be kind of more maybe like a section B thing, you know, maybe this is where it goes. I'm imagining oh yeah, like a very, very soft sizzling. It's way too loud right now, and maybe it needs to. Whoa, let's bypass that. We're in that, right? Good morning, Lola Grandma 1. So good to see ya. So happy you rolled by. We're working on some background music for my festive streams. Kind of figuring it out as we go. I just discovered this. I'm just so excited to hear where it goes next, but let me just jot this down. I don't know if that's anything, but just gonna hold that there for a sec. Okay, let's go back to this. And let's go back to what I was saying, where I was suggesting using. Oh, you know what? Actually, I had a different idea. What if we take this into an Arturia synth? So Arturia has a lot of sort of recreations of classic synths. Like, for example, the DX7, which has kind of lots of fun, old, clunky sounding FM synthesis sounds. Like, for example. Let's see what else we got. I love these sounds. They're so, something so clunky and sweet about them. Marimba? Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Something like that. Oh, that's sweet. Kodo? Oh, that's sweet too. Let's pull this loop back down that we wrote. It does need to be. I think the marimba was it's very low. Let's see what else we got. Flutes. Whoa, that's a crazy sound. Tube bells. How funny. So funny to hear a synthesized version of this. It's pretty good for what it's setting out to achieve. Maybe, you know what? Let's hold this. Let's hold on to this. Maybe we could do something kind of silly with that. Clean it up a little bit because it is quite a mucky kind of sound. But yeah, we'll hold on to that. That's interesting. Tub bells. I think it means tube bells, but let's see what else we got. Timpani. Cute. Train, take off, piano 4. Sweet. I'm looking for more plucky stuff. Like this. Oh, at break time already. Okay. 20 seconds. This time I'm gonna do some deep breaths. All right, back to hunting sounds. Toy piano. Whoa. That's cute. That's cute. I wish the decay of it was faster. Because it's so interesting. Let's see. One thing that I will say about FM synthesis in the DX7 is I don't really know how to control it. It's a little too dissonant for me, actually. Maybe I did that. Clav. I think there's like a pluck or a piano or a key, maybe. Let's see. Piano, key. I want the ones that are in all caps like this are I think are supposed to be sounds that are modeled on original presets, so they don't have effects and they don't have as much kind of modern interpretive stuff on it. Like this. Though it is pretty. I'm looking for something a little oh, that is pretty though. That is cute. That's very cute. Odd mallet. Okay, now I'm actually getting into these modern presets. Let's see. Oh. A little too odd for me. Let's see. Here we go. Glockenspiel. Now this has a very... Wish I could clean up that. Is this what that is? There we go. There we go. Something. I will say, honestly, there's not as much intrigue to it as I was looking for, but I think it fulfills kind of what I'm looking for, especially in terms of cuteness and digitalness. Maybe we can layer it with something. Let's hear how it sounds with the rest of this. Or hear how it sounds with just the serum sound. I like it low. I like the sound lower, but I wish maybe the voicings need to be a little bit more. Maybe need to be more spread out. Because it feels a little too... I don't know, it just feels a little muddy maybe? I will say I don't understand what that says, so that's why I have not read it, but I appreciate the comment nonetheless. Or maybe what we can do, because this is velocity sensitive, right? Maybe, I think the least important note is this middle one, because in the first one it's just the root. So yeah, that could probably work actually. If I just sort of dial down the velocity of the middle note, it might make it a little less muddy. Yeah, it's a little better. It's a little better. All right. A little more. It's kind of nice actually. You could play around with the wavetable as well. Maybe there's something that's a little bit more. There's a saw. Kind of don't like the delay anymore. Let's try it without it. Maybe a quicker decay even. Makes it feel very like, I don't know, reminds me of Mario 64 or something. Well, we got something here. Sweet. Interesting. Let's see. I want to sort of think a little bit lengthwise here. Like, where is this going? I'm gonna come back to this piano. I'm gonna actually turn off the decay. So, got as it goes through this. What's like a natural movement of that? I guess to the 5, huh? That's interesting. Maybe we go, because we can kind of voice lead nicely into the 5. So, so, and then, maybe, Let's see. It's I guess we could let it go around one more time. Yeah, maybe we just hang out between the 5 and the 6 for a little bit, and then maybe I could put, like, I can imagine a warm kind of guitar hanging out there or something. Let's see. Okay, well, something needs to, like, something needs to lead us into that, because right now we just have this, which I suppose actually we could go here, and then we could, you know what, maybe there's a more interesting idea for that. So we will hold off on it for a second. No, let's get it in there, see what happens. So do up to the 4, or the 2 or the 5 of the 5 chord, or the 5th of the 5 chord. Maybe we just, this is just octaves, or just octave 4th, octave 5th, I should say. Or it could still do kind of a, it could do that. It could do the 4 6 7 6 4 6 7 6. And then what does it do on the 6? 3 4 5 4 3 4 4 4. It's kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And I think Maybe it's a little too straightforward to walk it up to walk it straight up to the 7. I do wish there was a little bit more dynamic in this. Is there a dynamic sensitivity to this xylophone sound? There is. I wonder if I can increase it somehow. Let's see. Dynamics. Looking for like a dynamics knob, or maybe, let's see, like a amplitude controlled by velocity. There's macros. Don't see velocity anywhere. Envelopes. Gosh, I just don't. I love the sounds that come out of the DX7. I just don't know how to control it, to be honest. I've never really learned. What do you call this? FM synthesis very well. It's kind of wizardry to me. I just like the sounds that come out of it. Key mod sensitivity. Gosh, I don't even know what that's talking about. Feedback. Like, look at this. What is this? What is going on here? Couldn't tell you. Let's instead, I suppose, just try and increase the dynamic of the MIDI data. We can do that pretty easily in Logic by doing this. I can pull it down even more. And then I'm gonna have to turn the whole thing down. Let's see what this sounds like. That's a pretty good dynamic range, actually. Better than I expected. Let's decrease it a little bit. And then maybe we make the, the one. The softest. Just a little bit louder. And then this one quieter. Yeah, so I think these should be like. So the fourth eighth note, swung eighth note, should be softer than the second one. Yeah, that feels best. Let's do that. Let's do all of them. And this region is looped, luckily, so all I have to do is this, and then honestly, these might even be too loud. Getting into the nitty gritty here, though. I don't want to definitely have a tendency to get carried away with this kind of stuff, so I'm gonna keep an eye on myself here. Let's do this. I'm just gonna kind of eyeball this to where it was with the last one. Something like that. Cool. These, something like this. Very cool. All right. And I'm actually going to take a super fast break as I must retreat to the restroom, and then we shall continue with this. I'll be right back. Let's see. I'll kind of leave you with something to listen to. I don't want you to get sick of this silly little thing we're working on. So I think I actually have something. Full screen. Here we go. Be right back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Glad you are back. Let's see. Boom. Hello. Sorry for time outing you, my friend. I would just appreciate the that we don't spam stuff in the chat, but you'll be back shortly. And I'm back now, and oh gosh. Paper is back as well. Boom. Loved that. Love to hear that. So, without further ado, let's jump back into this. I think I'm maybe stream for maybe 30 more minutes or so, depending on how things go. And I want to try and make some real strides with the structure of this tune. I love this screen. I just want to show it again. I spent some time on the pixel art of this screen, and I don't really use it all that much. So let me take a moment to do something with it. Let's see. Yay! Yay! Pixel art. Yay! Pixel art. Love it. All right, I'm gonna jump back into desktop mode. Boom. There we are. There we are. Hopefully, let's see, make sure my mic is all good. Mic is all good. Sound capture looks good as well. Okay, get me back in the vibe. Get me back in the vibe. Let's see what we got. I feel like I've written a melody like this before. Maybe this is something. It's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm kind of thinking it's rocking back and forth between the five. Maybe the 2 major as well. Though, hmm. Let's see. Oh, break time. What do you know? Right when I came back. Cool that you got the Lego set. I kind of wanted that too. It's kind of rad. I feel like it would be a fun thing maybe to make videos with or something. Oh, little shoulder stretch. Including a card decal over face. That's pretty cool. That is cool stuff. All right. And then this, because now we're not looping 2 bars. So, I wonder if I could do. I could still go back and forth between that 4, between the F and this G. Maybe. Could be interesting. And just move the root down to that. little, just tighten that up a wee bit. Oh, he's going kind of crazy. See, pull him in. Nice. Oops, didn't mean to do that. Definitely thinking of bringing, I think this would be a good point to bring in some acoustic guitar texture. That'd be nice. Yeah, I don't know that, I don't know that that two makes sense there. I don't even know if that makes sense either. I mean, it is the secondary dominant, but for some reason it doesn't feel quite right to me. Let's go back to this thing. What was this? Cute. Kind of reminds me of like a cheap like brass sound or something. Maybe some sort of like arpeggiated thing, maybe like a downward arpeggiated thing. Let's see. That's a lot of notes. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not. Maybe I think maybe I don't play the D on the B flat 7, because that kind of leaves it a little bit more open and ambiguous. Tried to use FL Studio to try and recreate some songs from my favorite video games. It did pretty well. That's cool. It's super fun. I've never used FL Studio before, but I know lots of people who do. It's a good tool. All kinds of cool music making stuff out there. The important thing is you kind of just find something that you like and you can do stuff with. And things are so powerful nowadays, and there's so many plugins you can get into, and there's so much yada 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 that there's definitely value in picking a couple things and just working with that, you know. It's time to bring in this bell. I don't know. Let's listen to the whole thing again and see if I can get the vibe back. Definitely gonna need. Yeah, that's nice. I'm gonna put a compressor on this piano just so that it's a little bit more. Take away a little bit of the dynamic range. I love the dynamic tone, but the dynamic range is a little bit too crazy that, you know, if you're not listening on like a system with high dynamic range, you might not even like hear some of the stuff in there. I kind of like this sound here, this one. It's so, it reminds me so dearly of N64 stuff. I kind of want to like see if I can, I want to like compose a part for it that feels kind of less musical and more programmy, you know? Like maybe I do like a brrr, like a chop 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 chop. Let's see. I don't know if that would work though. Maybe something like this. Just a little extra something. Oh, I forgot that there's a release on here. Let's try this. Just a little something to make it a little glitchy. That's funny. Let's see. We'll leave it for now. Let's come back to it. Let's see. I wish there was something that highlighted the maybe the piano should. I mean, the piano's going down to these chords anyways, so why not? So why not have like a passing chord there in the piano, which was, let's see, I was like, ooh, gadaga, badoom boom, bashama. So just that maybe. What is the voicing I'm playing there? So it's almost a little too direct. Oh. It's kind of interesting. Throw that in there. Maybe make it a half note instead of a 7/8 notes. Something like this. Something like that. How to resist going to that? Going to the B flat there. So let's keep it. You know what? I had the idea to get the guitar in there, so let's get the guitar in there. I guess I haven't thought about how this is gonna work with me both recording an instrument and my voice through OBS at the same time, but we'll see. I'm a very poor guitar player, so I think what I'll try, but I think what this needs anyways is kind of just a big like a open strum thing. Should make sure I'm not doing input monitoring, but I should tune up. Let's see. Whoosh. You guys have big plans for Thanksgiving? Anything coming up? It kind of totally slipped my mind this year. I'm abroad, so not a lot of Thanksgiving fanfare, so to speak. Okay. Oh, that sounds horrible. Little sharp. Little sharp. Oh, at your family cabin? That's awesome. That's so cool. No plans yet, Mighty Vortex. That's all right. That's all right. Me neither. It's Thanksgiving. It's already the Thursday, November 27th here. So, I'm very late to the plans. Going to your grandparents. Cool. That'll be fun. We'll, we'll call it a detuned vibe, I suppose. And let's see, we're in E flat major. I need B flat. This is A. That means this is B flat, right? It's here. Yeah. That's kind of fun. Boom, boom. Okay, let's see if we can get that done. Very simple, just something. Kind of more fieldy. Cool. Sounds beautiful. Sounds very beautiful. I love to be in the middle of nowhere. I'm very much not in the middle of nowhere here in Tokyo, and I do miss being in the middle of nowhere. It's funny that I'm recording this audio, so I'll be able to add it to the song. Very cool, though. Very cool. Very fortunate to have a cabin like that. It's awesome. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go. Gotta play a little louder and probably get a little closer to the mic. Maybe I should do it with the pick. Make it really nice and bright. We'll do a picked version and we'll do a not picked version. We'll start with the picked one. Rough. Okay. 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 Well, let's see what this sounds like. Let's see what this sounds like. It might be playing just way too quiet. Or maybe the mic needs to be a little hotter. Let's see. Okay. It's not bad. Something. I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna turn down my headphones a little bit so that less of the clicking comes through the metronome that I'm listening to. And I'm also gonna try this time with my fingers instead of the pick, just to see what that gets us. Okay. Okay. Just gonna go up. First 4 strings in that one. out of guitar shape. My hand is getting to me. Got 2 turkeys resting for 24 hours at the moment after their previous 24-hour soak in the brine. We're hosting our family this year, and we've got 19 people showing up for dinner. Wow, 19. Woo! My goodness. It sounds like it'll be fun, though. Sounds like it'll be a lot of fun. I hope you enjoy that, and hope those turkeys come out lovely. Turkeys are very hard to come by where I live now. I'm actually going to be headed back to the U.S. next year, and I'm very excited to be able to get just turkeys for sandwiches and whatnot and all that. Should be good. And ground turkey, I love cooking with ground turkey. It's just so versatile. Okay, here we go. Okay. Try that again. Okay, I think I could probably chunk together something there. Let's see. It's kind of quiet though, huh? Oh, that's kind of sweet. There's the first one. There probably were much better takes somewhere in there. Much better. That's generous. But let's see what we got with this one. Let's see what we got. Okay. I have to do some doctoring on these as well. But my idea is to take the two separate takes. Try that again. Yeah, take those 2 different ones with their unique little characteristics and layer them up. When you layer up 2 audio files, 2 performances especially, you get a very, very rich sound that I love. I love with acoustic stuff. Second one. Okay, you're gonna have to get in here and adjust some of this rhythmic stuff. And then what I'll do is I'm gonna pan them either direction, like such. Probably give them a little gain boost. Oh, if you're listening with headphones, whoo, lucky you. I love that. Oh, it's nothing like the sound of just taking a acoustic recording and sending it both directions, and oosh, it's nice. Adds a nice texture. That's a very nice texture. Let's see. See the second one. How? Yeah, that one's pretty good. Let's see how it is in time though. Could be a little better. We'll tighten it up just a skosh, just a hair. Oh, actually, could use quite a bit of tightening up. Though they were both equally out of time. That's, I guess, a good thing. Something like that. Keep it kind of rough. All right, let's throw these guys in with the rest of what we've got here. See if there's any kind of textural thing sort of taking shape. I'm gonna stack both of these so that I can affect them at the same time. Very nice. Put them here. I'm going to cut some of the low end, clean it up, boost some of that high end, that twangy high end. Oh, thank you so much for the, wow, $20. Oh my goodness. You are so generous. Thank you. That's crazy. We super appreciate that. Thank you so much, Paper. That's awesome. That is very, very awesome. And just for that, I'm going to give you, I don't have anything special to offer. Except this. Hopefully you can get some nice little headphones on and enjoy this little, oh, just something so nice about the 2 little pieces coming together. Okay, let's hear how it sounds though. Oh, it's way. Everything else is super quiet. Jeez Louise. Calls guitars. Whoops. Okay. Okay. Some root of something taking shape here. Gonna have to bring it back to that $20 donation. So generous. So generous. You were so generous. Sleigh bells. Sleigh bells all around. Sleigh bells all around. Your dad. Dad PZ is handling the turkey on the grill. Cool. I also got to keep in mind that this is gonna be background music, so and it's also I feel like now that we've got this little guitar piece in here, we're going to need probably some guitar elements earlier on in the track, or maybe not. Maybe it's maybe it stands on its own. But definitely kind of feels like there's quite a bit of a disconnect between these two sections. Some sort of maybe it's this piano not having like anything going on in the lower register. Let's see. Oh, that could be interesting. Like a little. It's kind of interesting idea. Some kind of walk up. That's kind of there's something interesting going on there. Let's see. Something like. It's hard for me to find my way to that 5 because I want to go to the 4. I want to go like da ba 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 4. I'm trying to get to this. The 5. I know that this goes to the 5 well. How else can I get there? Maybe from the top, like. I do kind of like the idea of like something. I just want to go. I still just want to go to the freaking 4. But that was kind of a cute little melody there, huh? Maybe. Oh, break time. All right, guys. You know the drill. 20 seconds. I'll keep my deep breaths to myself. Do a little stretch up, a little side bend. Oh, you know I should do for these. I should. Oh, I can't even switch over to the full screen cam because this app locks my. It locks it up. It locks it all up. Here we go. Full screen cam. Woo! Stretch. Left. Stretch. Right. Okay. Let me remember, I guess, how it is that why did I find myself on the 4 anyways? I think it, or on the 5 anyways, this. I think it was because I did this. This. That needs to be emphasized somehow. So, whoops. Somehow I need to emphasize this line. This da ba da 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 da. Sorry, da, because that does make sense. That does take you to that chord very naturally. Maybe I just do that with the piano somehow. Yeah, maybe there's just the second time around add some chords here. Or maybe it's something else. Maybe it's this guy again. But maybe he's like a... Maybe I take this back to the sampler that we started with and see if I can, Harvest Moon's got all the answers. Accordion. Oh boy. Kind of bright. Kind of bright. See? Well, that gives me some hope though, because with that voice leading, there's a way to get to that thing. And part of me just doesn't want to... Wow, listen to that. Part of me just doesn't want to re-record the guitar stuff because it's such a pain in the butt. But if I need to abandon the 5 chord, I will do as such. Let's check out Kirby 64. Soft saw. Very much just a saw. Spaceship. Square. Strings. Strings are kind of holiday-y. Ooh. Fun. Ooh. Funky. 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 Tambourine. Trumpet. A chunky trumpet. Could be cute. Ooh, that was kind of interesting. What are they even playing guitar? Da, 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 da. That's the 3rd, huh? So I'm gonna kind of keep wandering around a little bit here. Tuba. I almost prefer this tubular bell. It's kind of chunkier. Woodblock. Oh, I think we're into something else now. Kirby Superstar. Let's see what we got. Brass Ensemble, Milky Way Fifths. Appreciate you guys sticking with me here. Just kind of exploring, trying to find. You know what? I did say that I wanted to really push forward with the structure of this, and less so get hung up on the details of the production. So this is what I'm gonna do. We're gonna bring it back to the piano. Coming back to the piano. Yeah, we could do like could be let's do something like that maybe. I do have it set though that here, let me just make another piano. Something like that maybe. Except I think I meant to have the third on the bottom like this. With like a E in the bass throughout the whole thing, like this. See how this sounds. It's just a little too heavy on some of these notes. Keep it nice and gentle, especially that bass note. Though I think we do have these notes in on the other one. Well, now at least we're going there. How well versed are you on video games? Decently well versed. I like a game or two. I played a game or two in my day. How well versed are you? What would you say? What would your answer to that question be? Lately I haven't been playing as much. Honestly, the thing that kind of draws me in, well, I'll play a little bit of some like online multiplayer games with my partner, and we have fun with that. Even stuff like Fortnite we get into. It's pretty fun to play casually. Little zero build. We like or I like to play Minecraft. Lately I've been kind of more curious than usual about hardcore survival. I love the sort of stakes that creates, and the tension or the importance that creates when it comes to like your decision making. Honestly, I'd love to do like a Minecraft stream maybe for this holiday series. I would enjoy that a lot. But we'll see. I'm trying to get. I've actually have a friend who I want to try and get on to do that together. More into single player games. What single player stuff do you like? What are you into? I like. I'm a big Nintendo person, of course. So I like Zelda stuff. I love Breath of the Wild, though I still haven't gotten around to playing Tears of the Kingdom. Very curious about it, of course. Yeah, I've heard only fantastic stuff. Let's see. This thing is dainty and cute. Well, that gets us there. That's cool. I'm excited about that. Let me see. This stuff, I mean, I think I want to orchestrate this differently ultimately with maybe some different instruments, but again, just for the sake of getting the structure here, I'm going to soften that up. So it really just barely builds in. Maybe this is even a lower E. Let's see. And these guitars need to be quieter, so I think they're going to be a smaller element of what's going on here. I've recently been playing the Pokemon Legends games. My favorite is a game called Deltarune. Oh, super cool. I haven't played Deltarune myself, but I have the soundtrack in my library, all those Toby Fox soundtracks, and I'm a big fan. They're super great, super good compositions, super fun to listen to. What else? Oh, Pokemon Legends. That's yeah. I've been seeing a lot of advertisements for the new one, and I played Pokemon as a kid, so it's always, whenever they're coming out with a new thing, it always kind of tugs at my heartstrings a little bit. But I haven't yet like taken the plunge on one of those. The new ones look cool too, though. How are you liking it? Is it pretty good? Ooh, this is interesting. This has some cool texture to it. Maybe as kind of a background element, maybe with like a huge reverb or something. And we could even, we could sort of soften up. It's very bright. We could soften that up just a little bit. We could give it a decay too. Very cool. Yeah, one thing that Toby does really well that I would love to develop personally is just writing simple, strong songs. As you can kind of see, it's sort of a tendency to get into the weeds when it comes to production stuff and finding cool sounds. And I love that. And I love incorporating that into a composition. But I also think that a lot of my favorite music is music that is just really simple and strong in a simple idea, you know? Like the other day. Whoops. You guys know that song? I'm sorry. Stuff like that, honestly, so strong. It's kind of like courageous melody writing because it's like, look, I'm just gonna sing this really simple. The other day. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum. Da 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 dum 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 dum. Da 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 dum 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 dum. Like, you don't need all this stuff and these details, and I love details, and it's cool. And I actually kind of have a tendency to lean into details in music production and music writing, but I want to develop a better sense for just writing bigger picture ideas. As I say that, I'm about to like put in some like nuanced little thing behind this, but let's see. I'm just gonna. That's what I'm gonna do. I'm going to create a loop of this whole song, and I'm just gonna kind of listen to it and improvise a little bit with the sound, and see if I can't find anything that is curious to me. Let's drop this here. Loop that. Listen to the whole thing, I guess. E flat major. I'm gonna make this even shorter. Maybe add a replica, a delay, just to make it even more spacey and forgiving. Straight quarter notes. Cool. The sound actually is kind of harsh, and it's later later iterations. Maybe I'll just loop this back section. Oh, it's my mind doesn't expect that 4 or 5. It expects like 5 or 6, 4 instead of 6. Back to the 5, 7. Toby Toby did some songs in Pokemon. That's so cool. That's super rad. I gotta check that out. Super rad. Shimmering Treasure. Oh, okay. Something interesting kind of there. Yeah, maybe this is like a counter melody to something else. Wow, and you do it. That's kind of nice, actually. Let me go into the mapping. Yeah, let me make this sound deeper. Like this. I kind of like it down there. And then let me get some of that brightness back. And let me lose all these reverbs and stuff and just hear the sound. So I like how raw that is. Honestly, the guitar bit there, the do 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 do, unless I work with it. That's interesting. Oh, I like that idea, but I don't know that this is the right sound for it. I like the idea. I've been struggling with this, the boom ba ba doo, boom ba doo in the guitar, because I can't. It's hard to write against that. I've been struggling to write against that, but maybe I just need to work with it a little better. Let's see. See if we can find it better. Break time. Break time. Pause. I'm gonna see if I can find one more idea here and then probably call the stream there. Would you say that the narrative of the newest Pokemon game is there? You think it's pulling you in? Because honestly, I think what pulls me in is the idea, is just kind of the vibes of the whole thing. I don't know that gameplay wise, it's like the hook for me, you know. But it does look like they've evolved the gameplay a little bit, so maybe there's a little bit more there to chew on than what I'm expecting, you know. Let's see. Magical drop, Marimba Glockenspiel. That's sweet. Hmm. Oh, maybe it goes. What might help me is if this goes down to the 4 chord here. You know, to A flat major. Let's see. See if this is of any assistance. Maybe. Yeah, it feels a little better. Again, that starting that phrase with that do do is tough. If I do that, kind of matches it. Sweet sounds, but I don't know that it's the right thing. That's kind of interesting. Getting kind of foresty there. Reed organ. Okay, let's see. See, here I go, getting. What's that earthbound trumpet sound? Sounds like Pokemon too. Kind of a sweet sound though. That should have been the tune right there. Should have been that and not this. I would love it's a simple 2-5-1 at this point. After ah, man. Yeah, something. It's not that. Ba-da-da-dum, da-da-dum. Da-da-da-da-da-dum, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. I'm in a little bit of a loop here. Let's see. Here it is, the sound that's gonna break me out. We're just gonna write that down for now. This could be even just kind of like a background melody of some sort, you know? It's something. It's something. We'll throw it down, you know? Doesn't have to be the winner. Doesn't gotta be the winner. But geez, at least I got some giving GBA vibes for GCN. Yeah, for sure. Let's take a quick listen to everything we got here. I'm kind of thinking I want to revisit this guitar sound and do something. Maybe get rid of that flat third that I added in there. That kind of blues sound. I don't know that that's right for this B section. Do I have a favorite Toby Fox song? I really like the song he did with Lena Rain. I think it's the Killer Queen song. That's a really strong, straightforward production, really beautiful. There's also another one that's like, what is it? I'll check it out in a sec. Let's give this a quick listen just to kind of see where we've gotten to thus far. Very mellow, very kind of simple. I'm gonna try and lean in a little bit to what's going on here and see if I can start to gather some ideas for next time. But I think this is gonna be the last kind of listen through for this. No. You know what? Hearing it with the sleigh bell, I actually think this could be some nice BGM here. I think there's still some pieces to figure out, still some parts to slot into place. But I think there's something interesting going on there. That is kind of cool. Kind of interesting. Kind of interesting. Um, but on that note, I think I'm gonna step back. I'm gonna pull my ears away from this Attack of the Killer Queen. Yes, exactly. That song goes hard. So good. So super good. Um, so many beautiful, like a strong melody, but then so many cool like counterpoint things going on. Love it. Save my progress on that. Um, and I think we're going to call it there for this stream. I super appreciate all y'all who came out to hang out. Super cool. I'm gonna try and do some more of these real soon, maybe even tomorrow. I do have a video for the channel I'm working on that needs a little bit of attention. So, oh, what is up, Calvin034? We were just wrapping up here. I've been working on some BGM for this stream, for this holiday stream series. I'm kind of fumbling together. But super good. Super glad you came by. I'm gonna give a quick shout out to my Patreon. Sorry for the ad. I know that's super lame, but I just want to, first and foremost, I should let you know that it don't cost a thing. It is simply a part of my effort to kind of build a more connected community, and kind of tie the people together who I'm vibing with on here, because YouTube's kind of a little bit of a challenging place to kind of bind a community together. It's very algorithm heavy, so a lot of people don't even see when I'm doing stuff or whatnot. And it really isn't just about me. It really is about like, there's people here and we're connecting and it's cool. And yeah, it's free. You can come check it out. You don't have to, it doesn't cost anything to join, and you'll get access to behind the scenes stuff. And if you do contribute, there's a couple extra bonuses and whatnot that you can check out. But yeah, if you want to meet over there, I think there's a link in the description of the stream. So please feel free to, what is this? Check that out. And on that note, I hope you guys have a fantastic Thanksgiving. I am going to eat something. I'm eating leftovers tonight, and I think I'm eating salmon tomorrow. So that's going to be my weird holiday away from America, Thanksgiving. But I hope you guys have a great one, and I will talk to you real soon. I guess I'm just going to kind of end maybe playing a little bit on this, maybe just kind of improvising on this 3/4 beat, which I'm not really comfortable in 3/4, but we're going to give it a shot. Have a good night, guys. Love you very much. This is pretty slow. Soon it will Oh my gosh, another donation. Thank you so much. You are so much appreciated. Hope you have a great rest of your day as well. And I'll see you super, super soon.